The World Cup certainly is a money spinner. Qatar will spend around 138 billion pounds on hosting the World Cup, which is around 60 times what South Africa spent during the 2010 World Cup, which cost $3.5 billion. It is not surprising that Qatar could potentially reap numerous benefits that extend far beyond the sporting industry as a result of such an event. What economic benefits will Qatar likely to receive from hosting the FIFA World Cup in 2022? Over the years, football has surpassed basketball as the most popular sport on the planet. It is now played in more than 200 nations, and no other sport has attracted such a large fan base, and the Football World Cup is a massive event in terms of the statistics it generates for everyone involved. Of course, FIFA is the sole organization in charge of arranging the event and has complete control over all the income. But everyone is pleased as long as they get a piece of the billion-dollar profits. A bidding procedure determines the World Cup host country, and it is a tight battle. Hence, FIFA covers all of the World Cup's operating costs, while the host country is responsible for any infrastructural enhancements such as stadiums and transportation networks. In fact, organizing such a large and popular event necessitates a significant investment, particularly in the development and enhancement of the world-class infrastructure. As a result, if the country wins the offer, it will pique the interest of investors, potentially boosting the economy. We have to understand that beneficial factors do not affect the host countries in the short term, generate economic profits for his countries in the long term. Now let's see how Qatar will make money. Tourism. Major sporting events certainly attract thousands of sports fans, but they may disrupt established tourist flows and end up driving traffic away from popular sites and attractions. This World Cup tournament will boost overall tourist numbers of Qatar retailing shops. As people will visit Qatar, so they will definitely visit different retailing shops to buy. This will increase money and will affect on economy. World Cup tourists are buying merchandise, drinks and other items from FIFA partner brands. At this moment, t-shirts, jerseys, glasses are very much profitable for Qatar. Accommodation and hotel. Hotel prices rise during sellout events, but wages of service workers do not necessarily go up by the same amount, meaning the returns to capital are likely greater than those to labor. Thus, Qatar makes money from the hotel management service. Media broadcast. Most of the FIFA's income comes from selling TV broadcast rights for the World Cup and other international tournaments. Of the 6.4 billion generated in the last cycle, 4.6 billion came from TV rights. So there is a huge opportunity for Qatar to make money from World Cup. Sponsorship. Host countries make a lot of money from sponsorship. Sponsors get benefited in the long run, so they show interest to promote their brand by sponsoring World Cup. So there is a huge opportunity, and Qatar is definitely making money from sponsorship. Tickets. There are many ways that one can make money by selling their tickets. Qatar is selling their tickets at a high price. Tax. All the money that FIFA makes during the World Cup is tax-free. Qatar is one of only 2 Arab economies that doesn't impose a VAT. It's a condition to host and requires the host country to guarantee the full support of government authorities at federal, state and municipal levels. Stadiums. Stadiums have a direct and huge cost to the host countries. FIFA requires the host country to have at least 12 modern stadiums dispersed in several host cities. The main stadium needs a capacity of seating 80,000 people, while the rest are required to be capable of hosting 40,000 spectators. In addition, every stadium requires nearly $3 billion each year to maintain. In spite of the cost, most host countries regard stadiums as investments because they generate profits from game tickets during and after the World Cup. While the ticket revenue during the World Cup is quite considerable, the revenue after the Cup is more substantial. After the World Cup, usually all stadiums are used by domestic soccer clubs as home stadiums. This revenue can be huge, assuming that every week one stadium hosts an event for 50,000 fans. World Cup in the Qatar will help the country to modernize its image and make it as a tourism and business destination. The World Cup is the world's most watched sports event. For a host country, a World Cup is about pride, honor, and publicity, more than it is about making money. That's all for today. See you in the next video.